Here we are at Hidden Spotlight Treasures again. I got two really nice pieces I got to show you. First one is Auguste Rodin. He named it Eve. Very famous artist. And of course we got Frederick Remington over here. This piece was dedicated to Theodore Roosevelt in 1905. Very famous. Two really rare and famous pieces of sculpture here. This piece here was dedicated to Theodore Roosevelt in 1905. Come over and get a little close-up. Come on in and get a close-up here, Brian. Go right into there. It says there, dedicated to Theodore Roosevelt, 1905. Now, on this video here, we're not going to focus on this Frederick Remington on this video. We're just going to focus on Auguste Rodin and the female bust they call Eve. But later on we'll do another video on this one by Frederick Remington. So here's the signature on the Auguste Rodin, and we'll get a better close-up picture of it. Not much is known about this female bust. It is in a few museums, but it's not really one of his most famous pieces. Of course, his most famous piece would be The Thinker. We'll close the video with a few thoughts on that famous piece. But first, a little background on Auguste Rodin. He was a French sculptor. He was born in 1840 and he died in 1917, 100 years ago. So this year is actually the 100-year anniversary of this death of this famous artist. Now, Rodin possessed a unique ability to model a complex, turbulent, deeply pocketed surface in clay. Now, many of his sculptures were criticized during his lifetime. And yes, Rodin was sensitive to all this controversy surrounding his work, but he refused to change his style. He must have had a whole lot of confidence in what he was doing, and he just was not going to change anything. And luckily for the world, he did not change, because he is truly a master. So, as I mentioned earlier, The Thinker is certainly his most famous piece. This is a man or an artist who struggles to understand the human condition, which is universal within all artists. All artists have this struggle inside. They struggle with all the evil that survives within such a masterpiece of beauty that life is. And there you have it, the yin and yang of the world, and you have the gatekeeper or the artist or the man who struggles to think about what are we doing here? The thinker. I won't go into too much detail into it because thousands of other philosophers already have, but I thought I would quickly mention this is Rodin's most famous piece. Thank you for joining us here on Hidden Spotlight Treasures, where we are going to continue to bring you more interesting pieces just like the two you see right here.